Hello and welcome back to ClanGeek. I'm Joe.
Tom.
And we're going to continue our discussion of Dragon Ball Super. So, last time we saw Goku in Universe 7, they were kind of in a pickle.
Pickle.
In a little bit of a pickle.
I mean, we all know they're going to be fine. They got blue up their sleeves.
Well, yeah, you know, Oob.
Oob?
Oob.
What the fuck's Oob going to do?
Well, they have to survive, don't they? They got Oob.
Well, yeah, that's actually a valid point. I was like, what the fuck does Oob have to do with anything? Yeah, we know that they're going to make it out of it somehow, but some things happen in this episode which are...
Yeah, I got some ideas of what might happen. I mean, if we want to talk about that, but
we'll skip
for
to
right
the end
now...
Later. To summarize the episode, it started off, Goku was all like, I'm going to fight all you guys. And Universe 9 was all like, alright, well, we're going to fucking, triple team you and shit. And
triple team, 10-way it, like, they're not joking.
Octo team?
Octo?
That's 8 of them?
That would be right, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I don't even remember what's his Sama's name, the Kai for 9.
Douche-sama.
Douche-sama, okay, we'll go with that. So Douche-sama, we'll post up, like, a nice high-res picture of him. Douche-sama is all like, by the way, very detailed in this episode.
They really went fucking...
Like, the budget
I watched it again
that.
before this. Like, bits and pieces. I didn't watch the whole thing. The first thing I see is them zoom in on this dude's face and, like, 4K resolution. Like,
oh, yeah.
They went in on this guy's face.
Like, it was really nice. Like, you can see every crevice of his face. Is that right?
You saw a lot of his face.
Yeah.
But to move on. So Goku was surrounded. He's like, oh, this is getting exciting. I'm getting fucking hard right now. I get to fight 8 guys at once. And then they all start fighting. And then for the next 20 straight minutes, it's nothing but non-stop combat and action. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a big focus on just Goku's, like, ordeal with...
Vegeta helped out.
Well, yeah, and then Vegeta comes in. But until then, it's pretty much just their whole plan coming into effect where they want to destroy Goku. If they can get Goku out, they know that victory is at hand for themselves.
Well, they have a chance.
Well,
it means they took out one of the big hitters. They don't know about Vegeta.
They don't know about Vegeta. They never saw Vegeta in the preliminaries.
They never met Vegeta.
Yeah.
But let's talk about...
Vegeta knows a lot, because when Vegeta finally did come in to help out Goku...
He knew to do the barrier.
Oh, yeah. And that was another thing. A lot of people were talking about how did they know how to do a barrier.
Well, they clearly said in the episode that Goku and Gohan figured it out. Like, they developed it as a countermeasure.
Right, but then
how
at what
Vegeta
point
knew
did they
another question
teach
entirely.
Vegeta? Exactly.
The Vegeta
but,
thing.
I mean, here's the thing, though...
He might have just saw Goku do it and figured it out from that.
Maybe, but let's not also forget that back in the Majin Buu saga, when they were fused, they did use a barrier to protect themselves from being absorbed by Buu.
I thought Vegeta was just way OP, and that's why he couldn't be absorbed. I thought he was just like this. I'm like 7,000 times stronger than this guy.
I mean, that might be the case. Yes, just the way it was that Vegeta couldn't be absorbed no matter what.
That's what I thought that was.
They did say that they had put up a barrier. He said barrier up. And then they released the barrier, and that's when they broke their fusion. And then, until
I haven't seen actual Dragon Ball Z in a long time.
Ah, okay.
So that could be part of it. But yeah, so basically Goku and Vegeta learn how to do this barrier, but protects them from... What's the poison one's name?
Lavender.
You're right, it is Lavender. From Lavender's poison. So that's the thing they were worried about. They were worried about Lavender's poison, which rightfully so. That shit's dangerous. Even if it's Goku and Vegeta, if they get poisoned, they're blind.
They're fucked. Like if they got poisoned right then and there, the rest of the tournament they'd be fucked.
Yeah, so it was a good idea to prepare for that.
Yeah.
Use that tease from Universe 9's the prelim tournament. But anyway, so Goku and Vegeta are fighting these dudes, they're actually starting to get kind of overwhelmed, which I'm a little surprised by. Like, it seems like Goku and Vegeta simply just aren't getting the chance to transform, because they're just getting attacked constantly.
Well, they don't want to. It was said that they want to use as little of their power as possible.
At the same time, though, it seems like eventually they're like, oh shit, this is actually harder than I expected, and it seems like they literally just didn't get the chance to power up enough, even though I know that makes no sense.
That might be the case.
All the time.
Goku also said that he can't sense their ki.
Yeah, because you don't know how powerful they are.
Right.
So they could be hitting way harder than we thought they were for like Goku and Vegeta in their base anyway.
Right.
And then like I remember when Vegeta was getting like double teamed by Cat Girl and Basil, I think it was. No, the dragon went after Goku.
Right.
But when Vegeta was getting double teamed, they were not giving him a chance. Like, he could not do anything besides block. So I think that part of that was like Vegeta would have loved to power up and blast out of that, but he literally couldn't do anything aside from protect himself. So if he dropped his guard for a second, he could have got knocked out. And it's that simple. Like, a mistake like that could cost them everything.
That's true. Yeah, and Vegeta isn't just fighting just to fight. He is protecting a newborn daughter.
Yeah, he's protecting Bola. Little baby.
Yeah,
little baby girl. But at the same time, though, so after a little bit of this fighting, Vegeta sees an opening. The cat girl slices. I think it was Basil he was fighting. He slices Basil, and Vegeta finds a second to power up, blasts them both off the cliff. Goku does the same to Dragon Dude after a little bit of fighting.
Oregano.
Dragon was Oregano?
I believe that was his name.
No, Oregano was Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, it was
I forgot about
yes,
Spider-Man.
Oregano.
Yeah, there was a Spider-Man, which yeah.
I'm loving the names, by the way.
They're all plants, is what it apparently was, or they're all like condiments.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't
Spices.
I don't know who puts lavender on their food, but some people might. I don't fucking know. But to keep going, but basically, after enough fighting, shout out to Spider-Man though. That was funny. I have you in my web. And so Vegeta powers up, blasts them off the cliff. Goku powers up, blasts Dragon and somebody else off the cliff. And after that, after all that nonsense, we're gonna cut around a little bit, please.
Yeah.
After all that nonsense, so it's Goku and Vegeta versus the
Trio de Dangers.
That was perfect. That was really good.
That calls for a high five.
That's a high five. So they're fighting. They're doing this stupid danger triangle, which we forgot to mention. I don't see the point.
It's like, the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that's so you get lost in it.
I guess, or it weakens you. And
like it seems like it literally is just them spinning around.
You're prone to becoming Amelia Earhart.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it seems like they literally were just spinning around and doing nothing. Like, what was the point of this danger triangle? Whatever the fuck it was called. I don't
know, but there was a lot of money put into it.
A lot of money put into that danger triangle.
What it did, not really sure.
I mean, I think that the whole idea was it was just like boxing them in so they couldn't get knocked off, or so they couldn't move,
or trapping them.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was a trap more than anything that was specifically designed for this tournament. Because if you could fly, you could just fly right up, get out of that.
Yeah.
So I think like if Goku were to try and interrupt that, he might have just gotten like triple wrecked or something. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
But anyway, so that doesn't work. Because it just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Because then once they had it on Goku and Vegeta, at that point...
Well, Vegeta just punched his way out of it.
Well, yeah.
Well, Vegeta punched Goku out of it, more specifically.
Vegeta punched Goku?
No. He punched the triangle and got Goku out of it. That's how Vegeta got introduced. We're backtracking a little bit here.
Oh, okay.
A lot of rambling.
Yeah, we're going back.
Yeah. But anyway, so the fucking... Besides the danger triangle... It should have been the dangerous triangle. The dangerous triangle?
The dangerous triangle.
That sounds better.
I don't know.
But
we'll see
so
what
after
happens
that,
when they dub it in English.
That's a good point. Anyway, so the three of these guys are pushed into a corner. And they're gonna get knocked off if they don't do something. So they do this kind of sick Power Rangers beam, where they like do the danger beam.
The red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue, yellow. Yeah, the danger beam. So that was actually really cool to see. And then Goku and Vegeta, like Vegeta says final, Goku says Kamehameha. So obviously final Kamehameha.
Final Big Bang. Oh no, final. Yeah, what am I?
He did a final Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Right out of the fucking Zamasu arc, and knocked these fuckers off the cliff. So this is where the big shit kind of happens. This is where the show just got suddenly, like, kind of happy-go-lucky. Everybody might be okay.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I mean, it was a very happy moment. It was like, oh, awesome. They just overcame, like, that entire universe.
But before we get to that, though, let's talk about Frieza real quick. I know. You were ready. You were like, you had this whole thing ready to go. You can't forget about Frieza.
No. Frieza had his moment.
It wasn't much,
well,
but it was
a big moment.
It was very Frieza.
It was fun.
So what Frieza did... He basically tortured this guy so much.
Oh, yeah.
So first he shoots this guy out of the sky. He just wrecks his wing real quick. And then he's like, you're going to be my plaything. And it looks like Frieza literally tortures this dude so much that he literally just runs away, kills himself. He jumps off the ring, and he's like, oh, thank God, I'm away from that guy. And, yeah. Yeah,
but it was like, I don't know why I expected more from that, because he was like, well, you're going to be my plaything, or like I was under the impression that he was
kill him.
Well, I wasn't thinking he would kill him.
But
I was hoping he wouldn't, because I want to see more of Frieza, and I think he knows those consequences. But I don't know, I was just under the impression that he was going to do something with that guy, like, in particular. Like, he destroyed his wings, and I was like, the way he said, like, you're my plaything or something, like, I was like, oh, is he going to use him to fight for him or something? I don't know why I thought that.
I don't know about that. I thought he was going to just torture him, it seems like he did just off camera, which is a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been, I don't know if it would have been cool to see that. It would have been dark to see that, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, you got to also think that...
It's Frieza we're talking about.
there's not a lot of time passing between each moment in the episode.
Yeah, like
I
we
mean,
don't.
it may
For all we
have
know, this could have been
equaled
another.
out like a whole minute.
This could have been another minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
They didn't actually. I thought they should have said it every time. They should do it every episode. They should say it. But yeah, so moving on from Frieza, who
Which would be interesting because if it was just a minute, that means that within 2 minutes of this tournament starting,
one universe got erased.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
If that's the case, but we don't know. They didn't actually say. But let's move on to the universe being erased. Frieza, he tortured a guy, and that contributed to the universe being erased. Because of course he was Universe 9. Now, Joe, how did watching that universe get erased make you feel?
I was very upset about it. That was not.
It was not cool.
That was not how I had intended. Like, I thought that it was going to play out. Like,
I honestly thought that that the Omni King was going to be like, "Oh, this is fun. I'm not going to erase anybody," or that at least it would wait till the end.
Yeah, like I thought it was going to come into the ending where it was like, okay, like all the universes who lost, see ya, and then they'd kind of just get erased.
Or
but
that all
like,
the universes who lost would get a chance to plead.
yeah,
with
like
the
plead
Omni
their
King.
case with him, and then
But
be
no.
like, oh, you know why we don't want to get erased and this and that, and maybe the Omni Kings would like, oh yeah, okay, we're stupid. Like, yeah, the tournament was fun. You guys put on a good show.
They are stupid though. Like, look at them.
Well, yeah. No, they went straight up for
They
absolute deletion.
it's gone.
They-
They wrote the Death Note for Universe 9.
Yeah, and
Shout outs to Death Note. Love Death Note.
they fucked that whole universe over, and it was like it was
just fucking
horrible. Like
You see them all
went from just
screaming in pain.
exactly. You went from this happy moment of like conquer, like or whatever it was, and then just oh fuck, like they're getting erased. Like it just
They're just
they
gone.
had no time to even they had a chance to react, and then poof.
Now to move on from that though, because yes, that was dark. That was like.
It was very dark.
Let's talk about what happened immediately after that. The smiles from the angels.
Exactly.
That shit
well,
was
first the
creepy.
Grand Prix smile was completely, and now like, all
I-
right,
we
you
called
guys
it-
remember
we-
from
we
last
called
week,
it.
we
He's
were
the
saying
villain.
he's got some evil going on. There is, without a doubt, now there is some evil going on in the Grand Priest.
Absolutely. Look at this guy's face. Put the face on over the image, please.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Like this dude very clearly is the one pulling the strings. I truly believe that. I think the Omni King is just this interesting kid, to say the least.
They
who
do
was
not realize the consequences of any of the actions.
exactly like
that are
they're
happening.
more powerful than they could ever possibly imagine. Like they don't know. Like they're like imagine like let's say think Broly and Paragus, except if Paragus actually could control Broly. It's basically one guy's pulling the strings, but one guy's the actual muscle who's kind of just doing the other person's bidding.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, the Omni King thinks that they're the ones calling the shots. Or maybe even not even that. They may just be this pawn that's just immensely powerful.
I mean, but the thing is that, like, if that is the case, why, like, I mean, they weren't really intending there to be a tournament. I mean, they had said that at some point they were thinking about erasing the universes, but, like, now it's, like, full on, like, all these universes are getting erased, and why is it now that, like, this evil is coming out? Like, why didn't he do it before? If he could just do it, why didn't he do it sooner?
I do not think it's the Omni King. I think I don't know for what reason the angels would have for wanting to erase the universe. It's like
I don't think it's the angels themselves. I think the Grand Priest is got some kind of like. I think he wants to take over.
I think they're setting up the next potential arc, which is literally going to be all the angels against whoever's left after this tournament. Because it seems like
Well, we do know the angels are like really fucking powerful.
they're extraordinarily powerful. But like I really do we've been talking about this the past 5 minutes, but the Grand Priest is absolutely going to become the main villain of the series at some point. I really think that. And not only that, I think that they're going to try and he's going to try and recruit a couple other angels with him, of course, do some kind of coup, just kill the Omni King, and they're going to take over. And I think they're going to just erase everything except maybe like the top universes that they like. Maybe just one good universe. I don't know. I can't predict what's going to happen, but like
yeah, I
want
can't really predict exactly what their like overall goal would be right now. I don't see it right now.
Yeah, like they're the most powerful things in existence from what I could tell. Like the Grand Priest, was he what the third most powerful guy in the multiverse, or was he the most powerful guy in the multiverse? I don't remember.
I think
I don't remember what they said when
implied
they
that
introduced him.
there were people above him that were powerful.
Who could those people possibly be, though?
Yeah, maybe the Omni Kings.
I don't know if they count, because...
Or the 2 bodyguards.
Those bodyguards could be seriously OP for all we know. All they've done was, like, nothing.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you look at the hierarchy, it's the kings, then he's got to have those bodyguards, the Grand Priest, and then all the angels, and then the gods of destruction.
I guess if you're guarding the Omni King, you gotta be pretty powerful. But, like, I'm just imagining, though, that the Grand Priest kills the Omni King, or that he somehow makes the Omni King's power his own, which is probably what he really wants. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, like, the tournament is supposed to end. The victor is supposed to get the access to the Dragon Balls.
Super Dragon Balls, yeah.
Right. So I was assuming that Goku's plan at the end would be to wish for all the universes back.
That would be
and
the
I
obvious
think
thing.
That action may be what pisses off the Grand Priest, because he defied
That's
the
possible.
rules.
Or what could happen, to go with the Grand Priest's evil thing, the Grand Priest could use the Super Dragon Balls to give himself the Omni King's powers.
But if he could do that, why didn't he do that ever before? Why wait
That's
now?
true. And
when
Super
he's got this
Shenron
great-
might not be that powerful. I mean, it's still
Exactly,
because
because he can only grant wishes that are within his power.
Well, no, actually, the Super Shenron, the whole point of the Super Dragon Balls is there's no limit whatsoever, like, period. So, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, yeah. Okay. I mean,
This is
I'm
getting
just
very
saying
off
based on...
topic.
Yeah.
We're rambling real hard. But no, just to go back to what we were talking about, though, with the actual episode. So, the Grand Priest and the Angel, they give this fucking creepy smile.
Yeah.
Where they're clearly up to something. It's just, like, we don't know what, and that's what drives us crazy.
Well, somebody did say in our group while watching it that the Angel from Universe 9 may have just smiled because he was...
Because his universe sucked, yeah.
Yeah,
it was me that said that.
Oh, it was
yeah,
you,
it was me that said that.
Okay, so
he could have literally. That's also he could have literally just smiled because his universe was literally the worst of the worst.
And
like,
maybe
you
as
saw
an
that
angel,
Supreme
he's
Kai.
finally at peace.
Imagine you're like going to work, and you have a really bad day, and that bad day is every day of your life. That's this dude, because he's like stuck with this Supreme Kai who is like a disgrace.
Yeah.
He's stuck with this god of destruction who doesn't destroy. I mean, I guess when
really
push
know
came to
much.
shove, he did.
Yeah.
But he's clearly the god of destruction is like until he was threatened with extermination, he didn't seem to really like do anything. Like he seemed like the peaceful one, while the Supreme Kai was the douchebag.
Yeah. And like now thinking about it, like is this like this is the reaction from that angel? But I can't possibly imagine Whis being equally as happy.
Like Whis being like low-key, like evil or happy as universe.
I don't see it. Like I just feel like Whis is like.
Well, here's another question.
I think I feel like he likes his universe. Like I don't think he wants it.
You can't get Earth food anywhere else.
Exactly.
Now, if these universes get destroyed, what happens to the angels? Like they're alive, but what do they do?
Yeah, they didn't really explain it. I think they implied that like they just have nothing to do. They go to sleep.
They join the Daishinkan and destroy everybody.
That's just OP killing everybody.
That's just like the most disgusting overpowered team in history.
Yeah.
That's how you end the series.
That.
Not killing everybody, but like Goku versus that incredible power.
Yeah, or like if all the angels just fused.
No fusion.
No fusion.
No more fusion. No fusion. We've discussed. People have discussed this shit since Dragon Ball since fusion was introduced. What if Gogeta fused with Vegito, and then Gogeta fused with Gotenks?
Tom really doesn't like fusion.
No, I love fusion. I just don't like overuse of it. Fusion is actually one of the coolest things in the show. Like Super Vegito first coming out was some of the sickest shit ever. Yeah. Until he got turned into a candy, which was hilarious. But Super Vegito is amazing. Gogeta is amazing. Gotenks. I don't know how I feel about Gotenks.
I feel like
he's a little douchebag. I said the word. Drink every time I said the word douchebag responsibly. No, but all that's really left to talk about is the next episode preview and the little bit of knowledge we know from spoilers. So we may have some spoilers for the next episode. Let's cut to the chase. How do you think Crone's going to get disqualified? We're going to play some bets right now.
Oh,
do you think he's going to kill somebody?
Do you think he's going?
That's a tough one. It is tough. Now, I think if this was any other show, yes. But because it's Dragon Ball Super and they're so stingy with death, I don't want to sound like a massive. Stingy isn't the right word, but they hold back a lot on yeah, they hold back a lot. It's tough. Any other show, I think, yeah, Krillin might accidentally kill somebody. But it's Dragon Ball Super. It's not Dragon Ball. It's not Dragon Ball Z. It's not even Dragon Ball DT. People died a lot more in all those shows. I'm gonna say yes. I think that is how Krillin's going to get disqualified. I'm locking it in, locking it out with some kind of effect, Joe. You can handle it.
Okay.
As I hit you.
Just like that. You did bring up that you thought he wasn't stupid enough to bring in a sensu bean. Now thinking about it, maybe he's thinking like, hey, who would see me if I brought in a sensu bean?
At the same time, though, these are gods that are like literally all seeing that you're dealing with. Beerus would probably kill Krillin for even trying it. And then go back, wake up Boo, and then we have the arc we actually... No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Boo's gone.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, other than accidentally killing somebody, I don't know. I don't see a way for Krillin to get disqualified from the tournament. Unless he absolutely... Yeah, it would have to be killing somebody.
So we have the same bet, though. There's no stakes.
I mean, you still have your stakes from last week. You got.
That's true. We got what, 4 episodes?
We got 4 more episodes to see
left
Goku
to see
go Super Saiyan 3.
I really hope we do, man. I really hope we do. If it doesn't happen, I'm playing Final Bout. If your thing doesn't happen, I think we're both playing Final Bout. I don't think we have a choice. I'm gonna go buy my copy right now. I don't know where my old one is.
All right. So with all that being said, I think we have a long way to go till the tournament is over. Lots of stuff is going to happen. We've lost We've lost the universe, so that's 10 out of the 80 fighters.
I thought you were gonna say it's Universe 10. I was like, no, it's not.
No.
I think Universe 10's next, though. I mean, they got.
So we got 70 people, minus the 2 that were from another universe. 2 other people were eliminated.
I believe they were all. No, wait, yeah, you're right. There was at least one other person from another universe eliminated.
Yeah.
At least one other that we know of.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. That was in the last episode that happened.
So then, hey, we have 69 players still.
69 players.
69.
Alright, so as far as my closing statement, which I feel like I'm writing a fucking college paper. Closing statement, closing argument.
Cite your sources.
I do think that this tournament has actually started to deliver. I feel like it's just going to get better and better as it goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Last episode was a good start. This episode, they gave Universe 9 some time to shine. Like, we saw every single member of that universe do something, except for Bunny Rabbit person. She didn't do shit. Remember?
Bunny Rabbit person?
There's Bunny Rabbit in Universe 9 that was just there, and then she just got knocked out, like, off
screen. Oh, yeah. She was, like, the first one out.
Yeah. Which... Other than that, I think everybody in Universe 9 actually did something. So we got to see a little bit of what they do, which is cool. More video game characters. Let's go. I'm making it rain right now. more Dokkan battle cards. Don't even mess around with Dokkan. So yeah, I think that is going to be cool. I think we're going to see a universe get erased an episode until only the major players are left.
An episode?
An episode. I think next episode, I think the fodder universe is getting knocked out immediately. So Universe 10's next. The Cyborg universe, I think, is after that. I don't remember the other ones. I am looking forward to the overarching plot going on with the gods, you know, the Grand Priest, etc., etc.
Yep.
I think it's building up to something epic. Like, in Dragon Ball Z, the tournament... There goes my wire. The tournament arcs have led to amazing shit. So, we got the Cell games, for example. Mm-hmm. That was arguably the best tournament arc, period, I think. But then we have the start of the Majin Buu saga, which started out as, yeah, we're going to go to a tournament, great, it's going to be awesome. And then there was a bunch of episodes go on, training with Goten, etc., etc. We got all that, the build-up, the character development, which was great, which they did this time. People were mad they did that this time. I was actually totally okay with it for the most part, except for like a couple of those dud episodes.
What's the character development?
Character development before the tournament. People like...
Okay.
Because everybody thought it was going straight into the tournament like immediately after, but they actually spent some time to work on the characters, which I actually appreciated. but it did take a while. They did a couple too many episodes.
Mm.
But the tournament arcs have always been the best in Dragon Ball. So I honestly think that this arc can end up being the best thing we see out of Dragon Ball Super, if it goes the right way. Like, if it's more than just a tournament, if it's more than just this happy ending where Goku uses Super Dragon Balls to bring everybody back, if it's more than what they're setting it up, if it's more than meets the eye, to quote Transformers, if it's more than meets the eye, it can be amazing, and I want to see where it goes. But that's all for me.
See you next week with more Dragon Ball Super.
Probably earlier than next week, though. I got more things we're going to talk about immediately after. Stay tuned. I'm rubbing my hands together. Bye-bye. Oh, subscribe for more. Yeah.